Guys, it's August, late August. You know what late August means? Football season. Football season means football content. The only thing that's stayed consistent on this channel, football content. We're doing the Bill schedule, predictions, score lines. Let's get right into it. All right, so I got the schedule pulled up right here on my computer. I'm just going to write over score line, go over a quick overview of each game. Should be pretty simple. I think from a Bills fan standpoint, it might be a little biased. I might try to not play my bias into it, but we'll be hopping right in. First week, week one, we got the Jets. They ain't got shit. Let's be honest. They lost Jamal Adams. Le'Veon Bell's been shit. Adam Gase is their fucking coach. They ain't got shit. This should be bang, bang game. Like, I don't care. Rusty, COVID, training camp. I don't care about none of that. This is an absolutely must-win game. We're going to come out right out of the gate. I think we're going to take down the Jets. Call it 21-10. 21-10 W. I mean, I think that's pretty respectable. Jumping right out, first game of the year, at home. Not that it'll matter because I don't think there'll be fans. But we're at home, 21-10, quick dub, 1-0. Let's get it. Week 2, Dolphins, Tua Tagovailoa, I think is how you say his name. That team is going to rest. Their success is going to rest on that man's shoulders. Now, will he do well? I have no idea. But they do have a couple weapons in Mike Gesicki, Devontae Parker, Preston Williams. And their defense has now added Byron Jones. I think they have Xavier Howard still. So they have a couple weapons on defense. So that team actually could surprise a couple people. But it's going to rest on the shoulders of rookie Tua. So, who's to say? It's still a must-win game. I firmly believe we're one of the best teams in the league still. So, another easy dub. We're going to say our offense should be able to put up some points on their defense. They're not too spectacular on the defensive side of the ball. We're going to call it a 27. We'll call it 27-14. 2-0 right off the rim. Week 3. This is where things are going to get sketchy. Our season is not going to be easy. Week 3, we got the LA Rams, a team full of superstars that can't succeed. Jared Goff sucks, so I'm not really worried about him. They no longer have Todd Gurley, who was not doing anything for them anyway. Darnell Henderson, who knows how he's going to turn out. I don't even know if he's still there. But they have Jalen Ramsey and Aaron Donald on the defensive side of the ball. They lost Clay Matthews at the linebacker position, but they still could be a threat on defense, which could really stop our offense, which I'm kind of worried about. But knowing how our roster is going to the year, I firmly believe this should be a game we will win, especially just with the expectations we have. I think we'll be able to shut down that offense pretty easily. They don't even have Brandon Cooks anymore. So I think that should be another dub. 17-13 we'll go. Week 4, we have the Las Vegas Raiders, the newly located Raiders organization. That team did acquire Henry Ruggs. The only thing I'm really worried about on that team is Josh Jacobs. We have a hard time stopping the run. If anything is similar to last year, we are going to have the worst run defense in the league. So that game could get a little sketchy, although that's the only power they have on the offensive side of the ball. I understand they got Henry Ruggs now, but I really don't think he's going to be that much of a threat, especially with Derek Carr's old ass throwing to him. So I don't think the passing game should be much of an issue for us. So Josh Jacobs, if we're able to shut him down, which we should be able to, and their offense should be able to turn against that defense. I can't even think of one notable player on the Raiders defense. So let's give that a 28. We'll give them a 17. We'll give them a little leeway, 28-17. I'm going to be honest, these score lines, I don't have any rhyme or reason. I'm just kind of throwing some score lines out there. Although the wins and losses, I'm truly giving my honest opinion about. Now, talk about sketchy. This is where it really gets tough. Tennessee Titans rely on the run and play action game. We suck, like I said, at stopping the run. Derrick Henry will probably plow us through if things are any type of similar to last year. And this is a game where I truly think, being a biased Bills fan and all, I truly think we will lose this game simply because we will not be able to slow down Derrick Henry, and then Ryan Tannehill will just come out on 3rd and 3 or 3rd and 4th down every drive and throw a play action pass or have the option to run it. So I really don't think we're going to be able to stop that. Their defense is still pretty solid. I mean, they never really had a bad defense, but it's not one of the top ones either, but it's still definitely a solid defense where we might stutter. And I really don't see us stopping Derrick Henry. So I'm going to give us our first loss here. It'll be a low-scoring game for sure. But I'm going to give us the 17-9 loss there. I feel like that's going to be the type of game I'm going to be feeling there. Kansas City, is there really much I can say? I mean, we're going to need a miracle on a Thursday night to beat Kansas City, home or not. Not that it matters, like I said, because no fans. We're going to need a miracle to beat Kansas City. So that's just an automatic L. I don't know what the score. I don't think they'll blow us out. I think they'll give us a nice 35-24 win, or loss rather. I think that's pretty respectable, honestly. The Chiefs, reigning Super Bowl champions, they have the best offense that we've seen in football in quite a long time. So I don't see us being able to stop that offense. And if we lose to the Jets this year, I'm going to be pretty disgusted. Another interesting game. We got the New England Patriots. Cam Newton, Bill Belichick. We don't know what we're going to get from this. I do believe that Bill Belichick was a main reason for Tom Brady's success. Everybody talks about whether or not it was Tom Brady or Bill Belichick that gave one or the other success. But I do think Bill Belichick was more of the reason. I'm going to be honest. So I do believe that he's going to have some tricks for Cam Newton. It's just going to come down to the weapons Cam Newton has around him, which is not very many. And their defense is not going to be able to pull the weight that they need to, especially without Tom Brady. So this should be a game I really think we should win. There's not much that team has that's really going to slow us down other than Cam Newton. I think our defense should really be able to stop them. So I'm going to give us a win there. It'll be a lower scoring game for sure. 21-17 we'll go. It'll definitely be a low scoring game. Still a close game. We'll never blow the Patriots out, but that's just how I feel. Week 9, halfway through the season, going to the week 9, we're facing Seattle. This is another team where I have very high hopes for Seattle. I like Seattle as a football team. I love Russell Wilson. I think he's second best quarterback in the league by a mile. Fuck Lamar Jackson. I think we'll lose this game. Their defense isn't what it used to be for sure, but it still is definitely a decent enough defense where it allows Russell Wilson to win games. He doesn't have to put up 45 points to win. I think we will lose this game for sure. This will be an L. I think it'll be a closer game. I think we'll still give Russell Wilson issues, but I think our offense might stutter a little bit. Brian Dable's dumbass might fuck us over a couple drives and really might lose us the game. We'll call it 28-24. So here we go. Week 10 against the Arizona Cardinals. This is another team that a lot of people have high hopes for. Adding DeAndre Hopkins, Kyler Murray going into his second year. Larry Fitzgerald will always be a threat. That, in my mind, will never change on that. Kenyon Drake, who just popped out of nowhere last year after they got him in that trade. So this team can definitely be very good. Their defense still looking like dogs. They definitely have a couple of dogs on defense. And Chandler Jones, Budda Baker is definitely another good defensive player. That team could be scary. I'm not sure who they drafted. I can't remember who they drafted, but I think it was somebody on the defensive side of the ball. They could be scary, but knowing the roster we have at this point in the season, we should be finding our groove. This should not be a game we lose, in my opinion. I don't think DeAndre Hopkins is really going to be able to do much against Trey White like he didn't really do last year in the Texans game. So, yeah, this should be another win for us for sure. I'm going to give us some points this game. Their defense really isn't all that good. So I'm going to give them – I'll give us the 31-14 win here. I really think we should be able to take this team down. Cliff Kingsbury, I don't think is very smart. I think he's just a college head coach that came into the league with all these fancy ideas, trying to innovate and all this bullshit, and I don't believe in all that shit. So coming off the bye after Week 11, we got the Chargers. This is a team where it is so lopsided when it comes to the offense and the defense. Their defense is 400 times what their offense is. So that's going to be a team that really needs their defense to carry them. Tyrod, Mr. Checkdown, is not going to be able to get them through the season. I could see Justin Herbert being the starter within 6 or 7 weeks after they kind of, are kind of struggling. But yeah, I really don't think we should lose this game at all. Their defense is very good, but so is ours. Our offense should be very good. I think we'll be able to put up some points on this team. It'll be a lower scoring game for sure, but I don't think Tyrod Taylor will be able to get through our defense. I mean, if he couldn't get through our division when he played for us, I mean, granted, he got us to the playoffs and all that shit. I like the guy, but he won't be able to beat us. No way. 24-13 we'll go. Now, week 13, another game. Super Bowl should be reigning champions, in my opinion. They kind of blew that game. Kyle Shanahan does not know how to coach under pressure. This should be definitely a loss, I think. Another team that's very reliant on the run game. Jimmy Garoppolo, Mr. Play Action, who doesn't really do very much. But he does do what he has to when he has to throw the ball, I got to say. That could give us issues. I really think we'll lose this game. Their defense is also outstanding. There's just no possible way I feel like we're going to win this game. So we're definitely going to take an L there. I think they'll put up a decent amount of points on us. We'll give us the 28-17 loss there for sure. All right, Steelers, another team that I am interested to see. There's a couple teams I said that about. Big Ben, if he's able to come back and sling that rock, that team could be good. Ever since they traded for Minka Fitzpatrick, which I always thought was a lot, like they gave up a lot, that defense transformed. Like it morphed into something very scary. So I do believe that team could give us issues if Big Ben is slinging it the way he was before he got hurt. Juju Smith-Schuster is supposed to have a big bounce back year. I don't think him himself will be able to hold his own on that offense. He'll definitely need workhorse James Conner to step in and do some work in the backfield. But I think that should be a game, knowing our roster. Like I said, I would like to believe that the team we have going to this year should be able to take down a team like the Steelers. So definitely for sure another win. We'll go 34. We'll go 34-14. I think our defense will be able to shut down Big Ben for sure. Now, the Broncos. I love the Broncos this year. If I could say a big sleeper team, it'd be the Broncos. They have Jerry Jeudy, Melvin Gordon, Phillip Lindsay. Drew Lock is a dog. I will stand by that till I die. Their defense isn't that good. I think Von Miller's on the decline, but he still can play at a high enough level to help their defense win. But they also got Courtland Sutton, who is very, very good. He is a very underrated receiver. This team is going to pop off this year. Although I still think They're still in their developing stages, so I do think we'll be able to still win this game for sure. But in a couple of years, when I tell you Drew Lock develops, that team is going to be good. I'm going to give us the win there. I think their defense is going to be easily run through, in the sense that, like, we'll just be able to plow through them. Devin Singletary, I haven't really mentioned our offense that much, but Devin Singletary I think will be a very good player this year. Mark my words on that one. So this should be an easy win for sure. I'm going to call this a 28-10 win. I was just talking up their offense. I don't really have a rhyme or reason for these score lines, but I do think we'll win this game handily. I think we should. I think the Broncos are going to be a great team, just not yet. Week 16 against the Patriots once again. Like I said, Cam Newton doesn't have really much around him, and I think he is one of those players that needs some help around him, especially at this point in his career, and he doesn't have it. So I don't really know what to expect at New England. Maybe at that point fans will be allowed if the season's still going, of course. I hate to say it. But I think, regardless of that fact, I think the Bills should be able to take down the Patriots. Again, there's not really much to say about the Patriots. We've already talked about him. Stephon Gilmore's really the only player left on that defense. I think we'll be able to run through him after seeing John Brown turn his ass inside out. So we should be good to go there. I'm not even going to scoreline. Fuck the scoreline at this point. Although I did not mention, going to the Week 17 game, I did not mention that Dolphins have Matt Breida and Jordan Howard. Now, Jordan Howard, not really anything, but Matt Breida could definitely be a dog back there. So that 1-2 punch in Miami, I'm telling you, that Miami team, if Tua's able to pull that team out of the dirt, they will be a good team in years to come. So that's definitely something to look out for. But definitely another dub in my opinion. We're reaching a pinnacle where we really need to start winning games, and players are going to want to get paid in a couple of years. So we need to win now because we're going to have our pieces all set in stone until things start to diminish. So we're the next year or two, if it's not this year, next year or two, we really got to start winning. We're going to end on a 12-4 note. It looks like this is a realistic record in my opinion because we have added weapons on offense that I feel like are undoubtedly the weapons we needed. It's going to come down to Josh Allen and Brian Daboll. If Josh Allen can play in the moments he needs to play in, we'll be fine. He's shown that he can, and if Brian Daboll can coach in the moments that he hasn't shown he needs to coach in, we'll be in trouble because he's fucked us over many times, and I fucking hate that dude. That's another story for another video. But if Brian Daboll's able to coach this team correctly, if Josh Allen's able to play when he needs to, not have us down the entire game and have to make a grand comeback at the end of each game, I think we'll be in good shape. 12-4, I believe, even from an outside standpoint, I believe 12-4 is a perfect record prediction for the Buffalo Bills. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I hope, whether you agree, disagree, think I'm crazy, I don't know, anything in the comments. Like and subscribe for more. I want to keep posting these videos. Football is coming soon, and I'm really getting excited. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see y'all later.